Hello troops, Bazadee here for another round of Pyramid to Premiership. Forest Green Rovers are the club that we have been tasked to take from the foot of the league pyramid all the way up to the glamour and riches of the Premiership. At the present time, it's looking like a fairly unforgiving task. Forest Green Rovers have embarked upon a fairly depressing and indeed discouraging three-match run where we've not won a match. We've been incredibly unfortunate in those matches. We've not really been given too much of a football lesson, but we've been eased out on a number of occasions by the odd goal in three. We can't seem to hold a lead either. We seem to go 1-0 up in matches and then struggle. Can this be resolved today? Because today is Judgment Day. It's the match that all fans of Lincoln City and Forest Green Rovers have been anxiously and excitedly awaiting since the fixture lists were announced way back at the beginning of June. Today, the rivalry resumes, the bad blood flows again, and Lincoln City and Forest Green Rovers will lock horns. Yesterday, folks, it is the much anticipated fixture between Forest Green Rovers and Lincoln City. Some would argue that this is a bit of an ersatz rivalry, a bit of a manufactured rivalry, just to try and get people through the turnstiles. It did commence, and it has its embryonic origins when both clubs clashed in the Vanarama Conference. They were both competing for promotion. Lincoln City got automatically promoted a season ago. Forest Green Rovers failed at the last hurdle, and I think also failed in the playoffs. However, last season Forest Green Rovers did claim their place in league football by qualifying through the playoff final. So they now find themselves facing and squaring up to each other again. It should be some clash, an awesome atmosphere expected, and no quarter asked, no quarter given. It should be an absolutely amazing game. So, for such an important match, we've had to take radical, decisive action. We just could not go on with the way things were going, so we've had to make some adjustments to the squad. Some would say that this is a bit risky. You don't want to really disrupt any harmony. You don't really want to make any wholesale changes before such a critical fixture. However, I think to militate against that, we needed to do something. We couldn't just go on in the same old rut that we were in. We need something fresh, something to galvanise the squad, and we really do need a victory today. It is imperative that we get the 3 points today. The fans will expect absolutely nothing less. So, we've decided to move away from a tactic that I now find is a bit obsolete. It wasn't really providing us with enough options up front. It was too static. The gap between the front pairing and the midfield was just abysmal. It was a chasm. So, we've ditched the 4-4-1-1 formation, and we will now go with a 5-3-2 formation, which allows us to have two strikers who can drift out wide should they require it, and two strikers who are available for through balls. So we've gone with Christian Deutsch. The one impediment to going with the 5-3-2 could be that Christian Deutsch isn't quite as effective as he was in the 4-1-1. As a lone striker, he seemed to excel and flourish in that role, and he seemed to enjoy it and be very productive. But we'll see what he's like with a striker accompanying him. And the striker we've chosen is new signing Turner. He will come in immediately to partner Deutsch up front, and we'll just see if a partnership can be kindled there. We've gone for a midfield trio of the veteran ex-Manchester United and Leeds United player Alan Smith in the fulcrum role in the middle, with Isaiah Osborne and Dan Wishart either side of him. And then we've gone for a back five of Cooper, who moves out of the midfield role into more of a left back position. Laird, in fact, I think what we'll do here, Laird is naturally a left back, so I think it's rather preposterous to have Cooper and Laird out of position. So Cooper, oh dear Cooper, I think you're going to find yourself missing out. I think you're going to find yourself dropping out of the squad, because I need to have a centre half there, and Iacovitti will come in to replace Cooper. But we do have the option of bringing Cooper on should Osborne tire at any point during the match, or if he picks up an injury, or if he's well, let's just not tempt fate here, we won't say sent off. But we do have Charlie Cooper there as cover should his presence and his skills be necessary. So We've got Aaron Downs now at the centre of the defence. He'll be marshalling things alongside Collins and Iacovetti either side of him. Russell we've gone for in goal. Bradley Collins' mistakes and mishaps just became intolerable. He is a good goalkeeper. Hopefully he will learn from this lesson. Hopefully a period out of the squad will help him reflect, and hopefully he will return eager and determined to make amends. But I just think it's too big a match to risk. It's too big a match to take the chance that Bradley Collins might, for example, toss one into his own net again, which he has a remarkable habit of doing. He has been erratically inconsistent in the last few matches, Bradley. In the last game, of course, he had 2 fantastic saves, but interspersed between those saves, or those saves were sandwiched in between, letting a fairly innocuous shot through his legs to give Exeter City a 1 goal, their first goal, which was their equaliser, and then he missed a corner and Ruben Reid nodded into an empty net at the back post. So those mistakes will hopefully be eradicated today, because we do have a replacement goalkeeper between the sticks. So let's now head on into this critical fixture with a revamped squad and a determination to ensure that we end this deleterious, this rather embarrassing, I have to say, 3-match losing streak. Well, not a losing streak because we've drawn one of them, but we've had 2 consecutive defeats in the last 2 matches, which that really has to be eradicated today. We have to put that right. We're at home. We've got possibly the most fiercely contested match of the season ahead of us against Lincoln City, so let's see what we can do. Now, it's a rivalry that, as I say, it's not a local rivalry, but it is certainly a very tribal rivalry. Both sets of fans, and at one time both sets of managers, absolutely despised each other. So we'll see how it goes today. Let's hope the fans behave themselves. Let's hope not too much alcohol is consumed, and that everything on the terraces is in accordance with the law. Here we go. Vital game. A match where Forest Green Rovers really need to take something, preferably 3 points. The win is everything for us today. And Lincoln City get the match underway. Palmer lays the ball back to Waterfall. He plays it into Green. Palmer again. That's a good interception by Downs. He looks like a decent capture for us already. Bostwick wins the ball there, but Laird is persistent and hounds him into making a mistake and then pounds the ball out of the park. Lincoln City have the throw-in. Rowe will take it. Rowe launches the ball forward, but it's intercepted by Wishart. Wishart now looking for an option. Lays it inside to Smith. Smith, nice little ball outside to Bennett, and Bennett rages down the wing. He's looking for options in the middle. What will Bennett do here? He cuts back. Oh, and he's intercepted by Dickey. I think he was looking for Doidge in the middle, and he was going to cut it back across the face of goal. Unfortunately, the Lincoln City player read his mind and quickly intervened. Lincoln City building now. Here's Woodyard. Plays the ball into Palmer. Palmer looking for an option. Finds it in Bostwick. Bostwick entering the area. There's a good fit in by Collins, and that had to be because Lincoln City were on the verge of, well, I think the boy Bostwick was on the verge of pulling the trigger there. Smith, he's intercepted by Waterfall. Waterfall slightly out of position, plays the ball into Arnold, and there's Osborne, very strong, very robust, but he's lost possession now, and Green has the ball for Lincoln City, and there's a run out wide. If he can just look up and get his head up and spot him, it goes back to Long, eventually it goes out to Rowe. That's perhaps 2 passes too late. And there is some confidence restoration for Russell. He asks everybody to calm down, just asks everybody to patiently slot into their positions. We don't need to force the game at the moment. This does not have to be played at a rapacious, helter-skelter speed. Excellent play from Smith. Shields the ball, passes it into Bennett. Oh, and there's a through ball now. Can Turner get onto it? He can. Turner with a snapshot. Oh, and he's clipped the crossbar, and the frame of the goal is still shuddering. But that was absolutely miraculous from Turner. Superb play. Oh, and Turner now appears to have picked up a knock. Let's hope that this is nothing too serious, because that was an indication that Turner could be an absolute star man for us. He's writhing in agony here. This does not look good. And he's injured. Well, that's a disappointment. Here's the player that we just brought in before the transfer window snapped shut. We brought him in from Port Vale for about £75,000. That looks to be money well spent at the moment, but let's just hope that this is not a long-term injury. We're already suffering, of course, because of long-term injuries to key pivotal players. Reece Brown, of course, injured on the opening match of the season after he put in a man of the match-winning performance in the 3-0 win against Barnet. And of course, Idrissa Traore is also out. Those players are out for 2 months and 3 months respectively. And players of that calibre are not easily replaced, particularly not at this level and not for a team such as Forest Green Rovers. And let's just hope that Turner's injury is fairly sustainable. Let's hope it's not keeping him out for a long time. And we've got an immediate problem here, which will be resolved by slipping in Luke James. So we've got Doidge and James up front. This will be the first time the two players have ever partnered each other in a competitive match. So hopefully the physique of Doidge should allow the pace of James to get in behind this Lincoln City defence. But in the meantime, Lincoln City actually have the free kick. Okay, so the ball's launched into the box. Up goes Downs, another good header away. Smith finds the ball, an intelligent pass to Osborne. He knocked that one back. That was perhaps not the momentum that we were looking for. Downs again. That's a decent pass. He seems to have eliminated from his game those slack passes that were all too prevalent in the first couple of matches that he played. It is a good ball in, and here's Luke James, and he goes for the audacious little chip, and Vickers is alive to it. But Luke James, that really was insouciant. Went for the delicate little chip, and unfortunately for him and for Forest Green Rovers, it didn't quite pay off. Perhaps you could argue that he should have struck that a bit more venomously. Russell comes out and snatches the ball at the feet of Turner. That is an absolutely vital stop by the new goalkeeper. He's looked assured. Long ball into the centre circle. 20 minutes on the clock. Lincoln City and Forest Green Rovers rabidly at each other's throats, but still level. The ball slipped through, and Green just couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. He stumbled, he lost possession, and that allowed Russell to dive and sprawl headlong at his boots and grab the ball and clutch it to his chest in safety. Good ball out there by the goalkeeper to Downs. Osborne. Back now to Iacovetti. Iacovetti plays it to Laird. That's a bit tight, but Laird, I think Bennett wanted him to make the connecting run down the wing, but Laird had stopped. Here's Osborne. That's clattered off the shins of Arnold. Arnold who plays it in, and a great chance now for Green at the angle. And that just deflected unconsciously off the midriff of Russell and was spinning away to safety, much to the relief of Russell. He knew very little about that. Lincoln City have the corner, but really that could have been a lot worse for Forest Green Rovers. Green was in behind, the defence was torn asunder, and Lincoln City really could have found themselves 1-0 up. Went it away by Iacovetti, and back in by Woodyard, and this was kept in. Bostwick keeps it in, flicks the ball over. Russell's there to punch the ball to safety. Lincoln City now beginning to exert the pressure, but that has been miscontrolled, but Bostwick will get the throw. Tosses it back now to Long. Long's got a crossing opportunity, decides to go short, and here's Long again. Green backheels it to Long, comes surging into the box, onto the 6-yard line, and Woodyard has got all the time in the world, but he flashes the ball wide, and that looked easier to score, it has to be said. And Forest Green Rovers are on the rack now. Russell was beaten, all ends up there. I don't think he can quite believe that, Woodyard, that he's missed the target. He opened up his body wonderfully well, wrapped his foot round the ball, but unfortunately got too much power on it, and it swerved away well wide of the far post and into the crowd, and therefore safety from a Forest Green Rovers perspective. And Russell breathes a massive sigh of relief, as do about 3,500 Forest Green Rovers fans. Ball just punted up. James should get on the end of that. He does get a header, but he's not going to get onto the end of his own ball. He is fast, but he's not that fast. And with 31 minutes on the clock, we are still deadlocked at 0-0. Lincoln City, though, looking the far more likely to break that deadlock. Good ball by Wishart. Wins the header. Smith should gather that. He does do. Nice one-touch pass, instantaneously under control and then delivered. Bennett. Out to Iacovetti. Iacovetti, he's got two players running forward. There's a nice move by Wishart. Oh, just intercepted by Long as Laird had made the run. And he was shaping up for the cross. But here come Lincoln again. Rowe. That looked perhaps like an obstruction by Iacovetti, but the referee is not interested. And Lincoln City are infuriated, but Forest Green Rovers play on. Bennett. Smith. Dinks a lovely ball, sprays it out wide to Laird. Laird, inside now to James, who holds the ball up nicely. He's got Smith, and there's a chance now, and played in. Oh, and Osborne doesn't get quite enough of a connection on it, but Vickers gets a hand to the ball and palms it away. Oh, I think Osborne was rather taken aback that ball got through to him, but that was a lovely, intricate build-up play from Forest Green Rovers, and the ball went wide by Osborne. We need a good cross now from Laird. He beats his man, flicks the cross in, but Waterfall's there to blast the ball away to safety. Lincoln City now beginning to be rocked back a bit, beginning to be pushed back by Forest Green Rovers. The game has ebbed and flowed. 1 minute it's been Lincoln City on the offensive, and then Forest Green Rovers have resumed the initiative and picked up the cudgel. Here we go again. Palmer lays the ball to Woodyard. Perhaps he's overrun that, but no, he'll get to the byline. He gets the cross in. There was James. Well, in fact, no, it was Iacovetti. Here's Doidge up on his own. Waterfall clatters him. I think the referee might have given a bit more than that, but there's Bennett now intercepting, steals the ball away, and Bennett still comes surging forward. Bennett still in possession. Bennett, he lines up the shot, cracks it in, but that is hopelessly wide of the target. Worth a try though, but really, Bennett, outstanding. This is a great save. Look at that. Osborne doesn't quite connect as strongly and as firmly as he would have liked, but that was just about to slide into the bottom corner of the net before Vickers managed to get down and get a strong hand to the ball and turn it away. We're into injury time now at the end of the first half. 2 minutes of that will be played. Here's Palmer hoping to get Lincoln City a crucial advantage before the interval, and Russell just snakes out a hand, and well, he could have snaked out a hand and caught the boot of the Lincoln City player. Fortunately for Forest Green Rovers, he got the ball, and Russell has had an amazingly productive first half for Forest Green Rovers, deputising for Bradley Collins, and he has kept himself very assured, very astute, and most importantly, he's maintained a clean sheet. But he's been put under pressure. Joss Vickers in the Lincoln City goal's also been called into action. Although it's goalless, it's not been a dull first half, it's been an action-packed first half, and one of the better 0-0s you'll see in a long time. So in this intense match between two big runs, it's a great effort there from Turner. It really is quite a pity that Turner had to make way due to the injury, because he was beginning to get a grip on the game and torment that Lincoln City defence. But yeah, as far as 0-0s go, this has been an absolute cracker. But half-time, it is Forest Green Rovers 0, Lincoln City 0. And we hope for more in the second half between these two embittered rivals. Well, going to have to do something about Smith. I don't think he can carry on. That's going to be a bit of a blow for Forest Green Rovers. He did have an exceptional first half, but I think we're going to have to take him off, and we'll bring Charlie Cooper on. So he'll sit there now in the fulcrum in the midfield, and hopefully his attacking intentions can help him push on. He does like to get forward, so we'll see what he's like from a central midfield position. Ball laid out now to Bennett. Flicks the ball back now to Laird. Laird looks up, assesses the options, plays a good ball in, and there's Osborne getting to the byline, flicks it across. James tries to go in with a diving header, but all he does is bludgeons himself into the back of Woodyard in the Lincoln City defence, and Palmer's got plenty of space here. There are three men around him, so let's get the foot in. Oh, and he eludes them all and snatches at his shot. I don't think he realised he had quite as much time as he had, but Palmer drags that ball well wide of target, and despite the fact there were three Forest Green defenders crowding round him, Palmer did exceptionally well to find the room for the shot. Unfortunately, the shot did not match his build-up play, and Forest Green Rovers and Lincoln City remain deadlocked at 0-0. 49 minutes have elapsed. Here is Doidge, holds the ball up nicely. This is great play from Doidge, flicks it in, tries to get the pace of James to run onto it. That's a combination that's worked reasonably well so far. Woodyard is hustled out of it by Osborne. Bennett knocks it back to Collins. Collins now across to Downs. Camley across now to Iacovitti. Iacovitti plays the ball to Laird. Oh, he's in a bit of spot of bother there, but eludes two defenders by slipping it past him. And here's Wishart. Oh, come on, referee. Surely Wishart was elbowed out of the path of the ball there. And a great ball in behind that's eluded the Lincoln City defence. It's Bennett. Oh, and it's away by Waterfall, but Bennett collects the ball again. Bennett turns, tries desperately to work hard to get that ball back into shape up for the crossing opportunity again, but Lincoln City have somehow managed to manoeuvre the ball out of play, and Forest Green Rovers will have a throw as Lincoln City make a double substitution here. Waterfall, one of the players, going off. Howe comes on for him. It's a throw-in now for, Forest Green Rovers. Palmer makes way for McNamee. Bennett. The cross is blocked first time, and then that's too easy, far too comfortable there for Lincoln City as they come away with the ball. There's a tussle there between Rowe and it looked like Iacovitti. Laird will have the throw in though for Forest Green Rovers. Wishart plays the ball to Cooper. Cooper now. Oh, he's taking on his man. He's overrun the ball, but he still retains possession. Slides the ball out now to Bennett, who flicks it forward. Ooh, that was a dangerous interchange between the back two central defenders, and Luke James almost intercepted. Yeah, certainly wouldn't have caught him had he managed to acquire the ball there. And Lincoln City, they've been rather restrained in the second half, but let's not speak too soon. It's been Forest Green Rovers exerting the pressure, probing patiently, working diligently, trying to tease open the opening, and I think one goal will definitely settle this. Here's Cooper, 62 on the clock. Cooper plays it forward now to James. James, he's got support left. He just got enough on that ball. Bennett now charges past his man. Bennett now, he's got the opportunity to cross. He does so. Vickers is there to punch clear, and Lincoln City have the ball with Green inside the centre circle with McNamee. Woodyard takes the layoff. He's coming forward now strongly. Woodyard picks the ball out wide or left to Arnold. Arnold's got plenty of time to size up the cross, and it comes deep all the way to the back post. Laird and Bostwick tussle, and Laird just got enough on it and thumps it away. Howe wins the high ball, plays it into the edge of the box. McMenemy turns. Green on the edge of the penalty area. That was close. He just failed to get the ball under control. He was about to swivel and strike, but the ball ran away from him, and Russell, a very relieved man, scooped the ball up into his arms. So Lincoln City, they are now starting to exert a bit more pressure. Green finds Arnold. Arnold into the box, headed into the air by Laird, but it went right up into the air. It wasn't cleared with any conviction. It just dropped back down, and McNamee has the ball again on the edge of the box. Woodyard just on the edge of the 18-yard box on the left, plays it in the header. Oh, an absolutely terrific save. That is quality goalkeeping. The header there from Yardley, I think it was, who will now make way, but he got the header, he headed it back across from where the ball came, and there was Russell to tip himself backwards and just hand the ball over the bar, and there's still danger, and it's come off. Oh my goodness me, I think it's come off a Forest Green Rovers player, and it's just dribbled into the back of the net, and with 17 minutes left to play, Lincoln City have broken the deadlock courtesy of a Forest Green own goal. It's a corner, it's not dealt with. Oh, that is so unlucky. It ricochets once off Laird, it then comes off the shoulder. Oh goodness me, Laird's done well to win that header. Downs and Osborne got in each other's way. Osborne ended up kicking the backside of Osborne, and Osborne's shoulder diverted the ball into the back of the net, past the despairing dive of Russell, who's had such an exceptional game in goal for Forest Green Rovers, and that is a catastrophe. Oh, that really is. When things are bad and you're down in your uppers, things just don't go for you, do they? The bad luck just seems to persist in spades. 15 minutes to go for Lincoln City to hold on. 15 minutes for Forest Green Rovers to try and revive themselves in this tie. Oh, there's a problem. Lincoln City pushing forward again with intent, but that's an injury, I think, to Laird, and that's a wild effort. We'll have to take a check on Laird's position now, because that looked as though he pulled up. In fact, no, it was Iacovetti. Right. Okay, so we're going to have to make a change here. I don't think Iacovetti can continue. Goal kick, and we'll make this change now. I think Doidge is also struggling. Downs, there's absolutely nothing left. The tank is empty for him. They've put so much into this tie today, Forest Green Rovers. The players cannot be begrudged, feeling rather aggrieved if they don't get a victory here today, or at least a point. Right, okay, we're going to have to put Alex Whittle, the ex-Dunfermline player, in to the defensive area. He's a left back, but he's going to have to deputise as a bit of a utility man in a central defensive position for the time being. And the play rages on. Here is Doidge. Oh, surely he was brought down there. The referee concurs. It's a free kick for Forest Green Rovers, and the change now can be made. The injured Iacovetti could come off. That's a booking as well. And although Howe's not particularly happy about it, Callum Howe, it is a yellow card on 79 minutes. And this is an opportunity for Forest Green Rovers to load the box, get the ball in there, get it into the mixer, and try and conjure something that will result in a goal. It's played in by Osborne, flick on, harmlessly through to Vickers in the goal. And with 10 minutes to go, the opportunity for Forest Green Rovers to get into the tie is ever diminishing. Osborne flicks the ball, tries to get it through, but Long is obdurate, can't get it beyond them. The midfield have been tireless for Forest Green Rovers today, even without Alan Smith, who had to go off at half-time because he was quite simply knackered. But Charlie Cooper's come in and diligently applied himself. Oh, that's a poor pass, and Bostwick picks up now for Lincoln City. McNamee, who's looked lively since he came on as a substitute. Arnold now on the angle. It comes in. Oof. Russell holds on, but that really should have been 2-0. The ball dropped about 7 yards out, and unfortunately for Lincoln City, I don't think the ball has a chance now, and Osborne is striding through. Osborne! Oh, Vickers stands up to it and turns the ball away. That was an opportunity for Forest Green Rovers to equalise. Will they get a better one between now and full time? There are only 3 minutes of normal time left to play. That could have been that. That could have been the one opportunity that Forest Green Rovers were looking for, were probing for, were praying for. But Lincoln City still have that vital goal, the own goal. What a and there they are again. And Arnold, and in fact it's Green, could have put it well beyond Forest Green's reach, but he slashed at it and it flew wide of the target. A minute of normal time to go. It's all eyes on the referee. How much injury time will be played? There have been one or two little knocks, little infractions, injuries. Here's James. Oh, tries to get it forward to Doidge. You would have preferred those two positions to be reversed. Green, dispossessed. Osborne can't really get it out, and Lincoln City can't get out of their half. But now Forest Green Rovers under the referee. What's he given here? Is that... It's full time. It's full time, and Lincoln City, despite all their valiant efforts, despite all the industry, despite all the chances they manufactured throughout the 90 minutes, have stumbled and failed once again. They've lost narrowly, but they've still lost, and this one is gonna hurt more than most, because it's their blood feud rivals, Lincoln City, who they've lost to. They have succumbed to the Imps today. Forest Green Rovers 0, Lincoln City 1, and that now means that Lincoln City, rather Forest Green Rovers, have gone 4 matches without a victory. So a minor alarm is now turning into a fledgling disaster. So Forest Green Rovers fail again. Well, I have to say, you can't blame any of the players for the performance they put in there. They were just unlucky. We've got a lack of a cutting edge. It's all a case of what ifs. What if Nathan Arnold had stayed on the pitch? He was shaping up to have a good game. He struck the crossbar with that absolutely sublime effort. But it's a case of we have to work with what we have. We can't sign any more players because the transfer window's closed. We don't particularly have a surfeit of resources to bring any new players in anyway. And we're limited in the type of players that we can attract. So let's have a look now at the league table. top goal scorers, you'll notice that we are not featuring prominently in there. Okay, I've got a lot of head scratching to do and a lot of deep penetrative thinking before the next match. We tried the 5-3-2. I think it worked. I thought we looked more dangerous on the breakaway. I thought there was a bit more solidity in the midfield, and I thought in the attacking areas we had more options. So we'll persist probably with the 5-3-2 formation, but we'll take a look at the league table just now, because I think we will be sliding. We will be sliding out now of even the outskirts of the promotion playoff places. So I think we need to string a few results together, but that was always going to be the case in this league because everybody can cut each other's throats. League 2, Notts County are the pace setters. They're in pole position via a point from Exeter City. Notts County 16 points, Exeter City 15. Then it's a 3-point gap back to Luton Town in third. Wycombe Wanderers are now fourth, but look at the amount of teams on 12 points there. Luton Town, Wycombe Wanderers, Yeovil Town and Cheltenham Town, and then it's only a point back to a trio of clubs on 11, Grimsby Town, Chesterfield and Swindon Town. Then we've got Colchester United and Crawley Town on 10, Carlisle United on 9, and look how far we've slipped down the table now. From early season pace setters to toiling relegation candidates. That, I think, would be the tabloid headline for Forest Green Rovers, or indeed the headline in the local football paper in Stroud. So we've got 7 points. We are 5 points clear of the foot, which is a bit of relief, but 5 points can be evaporated in no time whatsoever. We really do need to get to grips with ourselves. We need to give ourselves a good shake. The 5-3-2 formation does promise much. I think if we persist with that, we will bear fruit, and we'll start winning matches again. We'll start to go on a consistent run. That's what's needed. I still don't think it's beyond us to push for the playoffs. I still even don't think it's beyond us to push for automatic promotion, but we really have to start winning matches consecutively. We must start to pick up and improve our form and have a string of decent results, preferably a run of wins. That is what is now necessary if we are to revive and rescue any prospect of promotion from this season. It's not over yet. It's not unsalvageable. It's not completely beyond us, but we are going to have to improve, and improve very, very, very quickly. So, if you enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up. This has been Pyramid to Premiership, and I can honestly say the Premiership has never, ever looked so far away for Forest Green Rovers as it did after that defeat to our big bad rivals, Lincoln City today. If you enjoyed it, as I said, give us a big old thumbs up. If you've got any comments, if you've got any bright ideas about how Forest Green Rovers might extricate themselves from this dismal run of form, then by all means, suggest it on the comments below this video. You can also engage with us on Offside Pies. That's our Twitter feed. If you just type in offside_pies, you will be welcome to a world of football fanaticism, the like of which your eyes have never appertained on before. Also, we will be back with Pyramid to Premiership tomorrow. There will be a daily update tomorrow. I guess I know it's a Saturday, but hopefully we've not infected the real Forest Green Rovers too much, and hopefully they get a win. They're a very accreditable 1-0 win over inform Port Vale last weekend, so hopefully our malaise has not infected the real Forest Green Rovers and they get a win in League 2 tomorrow. But we'll be back tomorrow with Pyramid to Premiership, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with our other FIFA 2018 stream. That is, we're all off on a Bosman holiday. We're in Europe. Britain might want to extricate itself from Europe. There's no Brexit for Bazadi. I want to embrace Europe. We're in the heart of Europe with Anderlecht in Brussels, the home of the EU. Don't miss it. The first video went up today. It's been uploaded about an hour ago, and it's been on Twitter and the YouTube channel at BazzaD610 for about an hour. Catch it now, don't miss it, give that a like, give that a thumbs up, and if you've got any comments about how Anderlecht might succeed, I would like to know about them, or indeed your memories of Belgian football. So, until tomorrow, where there is more Pyramid to Premiership, this is BazzaD saying have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.